We had called Scott to come and give us an estimate, look at the bathroom and give us a proposal when we first had a water leak. We had some tiles popping off the shower. So he came, he did that, and he was my first choice. We ended up hiring a different contractor at first because our neighbor had said she had, this really good friend who was a really, reputable contractor. So we started out with that guy and really weren't getting the progress that we needed on the bathroom. He wasn't really responsive. He wasn't the one coming over to the house. He was just sending somebody else. And I didn't really like the way it was going, but I really feel like, this is not going in the right direction. It can't get any worse than this. So, let me call Scott and just see, if nothing else, at least talk to him about this situation and see, what he says. And that's where he was able to come in and take over. Even the other contractor, some kind of deposit, and we had to kind of negotiate about getting part of that back. And actually Scott, kind of gave some advice in that regard. Not like he's trying to go in and take someone else's business or anything like that, but I kind of explained him the situation when I first called him, and he kind of said, look, this is really the amount of work I think that they did. This is what, if it were me, I would feel comfortable paying them, and he kind of gave me some sort of guidance that way. I don't remember exactly when we started the project, but we had said sort of like by the holidays or by the end of the year, to kind of wrap it up. And I mean, he was very, good about keeping the time frame and keeping me informed about, like I said, who was going to be coming when and what we were going to be doing, and sort of the schedule of, on these days we're going to be doing the tile work, and on these days we're going to be doing the plumbing work and that kind of thing. And I mean, even to the point that he actually had scheduled with the granite company, the installation date before we even picked out the granite, so that he could keep it on schedule, because he knew coming up on the holidays there'd be a delay, and if he didn't lock in a date, we were gonna get kind of like behind schedule. So I mean, he kind of like led the project, but then he would do some of the physical work himself. So I mean, he even came on a Saturday one day and spent most of the Saturday here doing the work himself, so we could stay on track with the project. He would bring over, samples of, especially like the mosaic tile that we ended up doing behind the tub. He brought over a couple samples, and then, I would go to the store and look, and I would take pictures of stuff and text it to him and say, what do you think about this? Would this work? That kind of thing. So it's very collaborative. He'll help you kind of manage the project, where you should, spend the extra money and where you don't need to, like, what stuff you should really splurge on and what stuff is okay to just get from, just like your normal Home Depot or Lowe's or that kind of thing. So I mean, I think he's someone that you can always, contact and count on. I mean, if I had questions about something, even, not even just to hire him to do something, but a question about how to do something or whether it's worth it to do something, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to just call or text him. It's really as good as you can get with a contractor. I mean, he's a nice guy. You can kind of develop a relationship with him where he understands, what you've got going on. He works around your schedule. Like I said, I have kids, I've got to drop them off, I've got to pick them up. He's always willing to kind of accommodate that. Basically, I call him for, whatever we need now for us and family members and friends and stuff. I mean, he's like our go-to now for everything, whether he wants to be or not.